Hi gems, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking all about self-esteem. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could create our own self-esteem, Well, the truth of the matter is you can. You are absolutely in control of that. You can start today, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So stay tuned. Self-esteem is essentially our own thoughts about ourselves, and as you know on this channel, we've talked about our thoughts. We are absolutely in charge of our thoughts. If we're able to step outside of ourselves and just observe each thought that just jumps into our head, we will be able to sift through the ones that are our own and the ones that have been spoken onto us from other people. And the minute you can identify this, you can start to explore where you got all these beliefs about yourselves from. Why you feel so little, why you feel so ashamed of yourself. You will start to identify who it was who said it to you, or under what circumstances they said it to you, and what you yourself have said about yourself. You'll really be able to categorize all of them, and then you can really start to process them. You process them like a file, like on your laptop, and you have different tabs open. If you want a specific tab, you will click on the tab to view the contents of that tab. That's how your thoughts are. So the minute a thought comes through your mind, you don't just let it run rampant. Don't do that. You catch it. You gotta catch it, especially if it's a negative one. You go, pause. I'm not gonna let you just run rampant in my head, because you are causing me heartache right now. You're causing me stress levels, and I don't want no stress in 2021. So let's jump into the first thing that you need to do in order to build your self-esteem. Choose better people to surround yourself with. Okay, that was such a mouthful, but spend time with people who affirm the person that you are, okay? And I mean positive people who sow positively into your life. I'm not referring to people who make you feel good by enabling your negative behaviors. That's not what I'm saying. So let's say you're a gossiper, you're a backbiter, a slanderer, you love to cuss. If someone is saying, you go girl, you go girl, that's not what I'm saying. Because what they're doing is they're enabling your negative behavior, and that doesn't serve you any good. Because at the end of the day, most of that stems from low self-esteem. But if you want someone who can really build your self-confidence and your self-esteem, it's somebody who affirms your positive traits, okay? And when you are in the wrong, they're able to be gentle about the way they bring it up to your attention, so to speak. Surround yourself with those people. And the same with people online. If there are pages that really mess with your self-esteem, I suggest you either delete them or you deactivate them, okay? No, not deactivate, sorry. Mute them or delete them altogether. The next thing I would say is choose to dwell or ponder. Ponder as in think deeply on the positive thoughts about yourself. So in the beginning when I was talking about how the thoughts just flow through your head and you're sifting it through which tab you need to so catch the positive thoughts about yourself and really let it sink in about yourself. Practicing self-forgiveness and self-compassion is really a stepping stone into believing positive things about yourself, and it really helps to build those muscles, internal muscles, not real life muscles, okay, but it helps to strengthen those things that pump the positive thoughts. Oh lordy. Actively turn down the negative thoughts in your life. It's all tied together. So when the negative thoughts come in, they tend to be quite loud, like, oh, you're so ugly, oh, look at your lips, oh, look at your legs, oh, look at your belly, ooh, ooh, ooh. Turn it down. So catch it, turn it down. And you turn it down by getting curious about that thought. So as I said in the beginning, asking yourself where those thoughts came from to begin with and processing it in that way. I'm actually going to have to do a video on how to really just step by step go through your thought patterns or your thought processes in order to rewire your thoughts or rewire your brain, just so that you can live a better life. You know, you can start making different decisions, you can start unlearning old patterns that serve you no longer and learning new patterns. So I've got a video coming up very soon, so if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you have. Please go and do it. It's absolutely free and it helps my channel and it helps YouTube tell people that they need to watch this to help themselves as well. So please click it. I find that looking at yourself in the mirror, dead in the mirror, and affirming, speaking positive words of affirmation over yourself whilst you're looking at yourself is extremely powerful as well. It helps pump in new thought patterns into your mind so that it can further process the negative one and give your mind something new to process on. Again, when I do the video on thoughts and changing your mindset, it will make more sense. But for now, do it in the mirror. Start monologuing in the mirror. The next thing I would say is start spreading the love. So everything that you're learning here, you know, you're starting to feel confident in yourself, you're starting to talk positively about yourself, and you feel like it's having a better or an overall better and healthier mental majiggy going on. It's time to spread that love to other people. Imagine walking just down the street, you know, just looking great, and then all of a sudden, unexpectedly, out of nowhere, someone compliments you. You feel that butterfly in your belly, and you feel that inner joy just welling up. It makes you feel really happy. Not that you're out on the street seeking validation, but when it's unexpected, it's very nice, you know. So that's what I advocate, or that's what I'm advising for you to be to someone else, okay? Imagine you brightening someone's day surprisingly. They are really going to appreciate it. So start by doing that. And whilst you're sowing in them, it's also going to boost your own confidence as well. Okay, and it's going to pump new ideas into your head. If you sense that maybe you're not being genuine in your compliments, or you're struggling to accept the compliments, at least you can get those thoughts in, and then you can start processing it through the points that I've spoken about in the beginning. And obviously this point ties in with the previous point, and it's learning to receive compliments. Ooh, I know a lot of you struggle to... Why am I saying I love you? I did too. Once upon a time, I used to feel so awkward when someone compliments me. Literally, I'll have to find something else to you know, redirect the conversation. Like, oh, that dress is, oh, this cheap old thing. Oh, I got it from Primark. Oh, Jemima, I love your hair. Oh, really? Oh, and this is not even basically anything to relieve my awkwardness, or, you know, to stop me from saying thank you and just resting in that compliment. It was very foreign to me until I had to learn to affirm myself, okay? So when someone affirmed it, I was able to easily and readily say thank you, okay? So if you have to say thank you, if you have to say merci beaucoup, if you have to say gracias or dankeschön, or arigato gozaimasu, you say whatever it is you need to say. But whatever it is, do not downplay the compliment, be in denial, dash it to the curb. Just breathe, remain grounded, look the person dead in the eye and say, thank you, sir, or thank you, madam, thank you. I know. You know. The next point I would say is learn to create a new narrative for yourself, a new storyline. You know, newspapers, the society, social media, they can impose or indirectly impose a certain narrative or storyline that we can readily absorb indirectly, or not indirectly, subconsciously, okay? So understanding that you are in charge of your life, okay? And it's time you stepped into the lead character role of your own life. It's amazing, you know? And then you take charge of that. Once you take charge of it, it's just like a drop mic moment, okay? It's like a drop mic moment, because not that now you're a boss, you're about to step on everyone's neck. No, that's not what I'm saying. But now you're more self-aware. You're in tune with your reactions and your responses. You're able to pause and know that you can be grounded within yourself, and even know that, you know, things are not going so well, so to speak, but you're able to say, do you know what? I'm still me. I'm still grateful for the body that I have, for the mind that I have, for the people I have around me. And that alone can boost your confidence, you know? And then it's like when you walk into a place, you exude this sense of like just authentic confidence, you know? And that's very much attainable by practicing some of the things that I have mentioned today in this video. And understand that just be gentle with yourself, okay? You have had to take on a whole load of a different person for pretty much all your life, especially if you're struggling with low self-esteem. Watch my attachment video, because it will help you understand why some of your thought patterns are the way they are, and that will really help you to start just resting in yourself and accepting yourself a lot more, and just being gentle with yourself, because it's a journey, okay? It's a lifestyle. It's not a I'm done. It's a lifestyle. So above all, do not forget to be the light you need, as well as the light to someone else as well. When you're happy, when you're confident, when you're being authentic, you easily radiate a sense of joy and peace, and you're just a pleasure to be around, and you can also spread that joy to somebody else. So the exercise that I want you to be doing, giving you a little homework, is I want you to write down 10 things that you admire about yourself, or even ask your friends what do they admire about you the most, and write them down and start pondering on those things. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take care and God bless.